Hi, viewers. Welcome back to Mom and Jess Moment Talk Show, another episode in the Know Thyself series. So, today we're treating the topic we refer to as self validation. Self validation. This is a very, very, very important topic. Why, you might ask me? Because self validation is important. That is acknowledging your self worth, acknowledging your internal strength, accepting your weaknesses, accepting who you are, appreciating that, you're not perfect. But anyway, you've got this and this and that to offer, appreciating your strength and your weaknesses generally. So, self validation, it's especially for ladies, being the light of, Women's Month. This August is Women's Month celebration. I feel like women need to hear this because in the society, they often the ones that are vulnerable to this situation, not acknowledging their worth. There's body shaming, there's the gender violence and all of that. Well, we'll not go into that. That is not the main focus. The main focus on this about in this discussion is, just accepting who you are, accepting your internal experiences, accepting that okay, you don't have it all together, but there's still something that God has deposited in you. Accepting your blueprint, accepting your identity. You are all uniquely made. I keep saying this. Everyone has something to offer in this world. No one was born ordinary. So knowing that and having that at the back of your mind, it should give you enough reason to validate yourself, validate who you are. You don't have to go around seeking validations from people. And you might ask me, what are the reasons or likely reasons why people often seek validations from people? Number one, that is a sign of insecurity. You want to hear people tell you are beautiful. You want to hear people tell you, oh, you can do this well. You want to hear people praise you. You want to hear people, even when people don't do that, affirm yourself. Affirm the fact that there's something that you got to give. There's something that you got to give. Not in a way, not in not with pride, but acknowledging that God has deposited something. There's something that God has put in you to offer the world. So I would like us to look back on certain factors that could be responsible for people not being able to validate themselves, probably in their growing up. This most likely is the most important factor. Their childhood, people's childhood tend to affect who they turn out to be in their adulthood. Apparently, in some families, we are all aware that parents tend to favor certain children over the others, probably because these ones are doing better than the other ones in the academics. So they give the ones that are doing better, more attention, they boast more about them, they talk more about them. Parents, when you do these things, you're affecting the children's, mentality and, self-acceptance, because they begin to feel like they are not good enough. So, I mean, this is an advice to all parents, as much as we know that, children are different, some are smarter in one way or the other, we should also try to appreciate or identify or acknowledge the potentials in the other ones we feel like maybe they are not smart enough, and, just understand that every child has something to offer. We adults now, a lot of grown adults are suffering from, the way they were being raised, and, back in the days when they were children. Some even had to live with with custodians or with people to take care of them, uncles, aunts. All of those things had one or two side effects on their psychological well-being and all of that. By grace of God, if you are a victim of this as an adult, it's not over. Get up and dust yourself. Learn to appreciate yourself. Learn to be kind to yourself. Learn to, treat yourself, self-talk positively to yourself. Sometimes you might still be hearing the noise of those negative talks, that you've been hearing previously as a child and all of that. Talk yourself out of it. That is not what God has called you to be. God says you're a royal priesthood, you're a chosen generation. I mean, there's so many, acclamations that and affirmations that you can hold on to. You go to the mirror and speak it boldly to yourself. Don't listen to anything that makes you feel like you're less of yourself. And this is not pride. This is not like, you're doing it because you're full of yourself. This is you acknowledging that you know who God has made you to be, and that is, very, very important. That is the reason why we also treated self-confidence and confidence in this topic, because when you get to understand your identity in Christ, I tell you, you will not have any reason to seek validations from anyone. I don't need anyone to tell me I'm beautiful, because I know God has told me that I'm beautiful. God has told me I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. That alone is enough to remind me I'm beautiful. Be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, and also be good to people, because what you reflect inside, you can't be good to people if you're not good to yourself. You have to first of all learn to be good to yourself. People exhibit a lot of anger, a lot of aggressiveness, because they've not totally accepted who they are. And try to accept the fact that you're not perfect. Myself here speaking to you, I won't lie to you, I'm not perfect. I still got some issues that I'm still putting together. I still got some part of my character that I'm still fixing. But I know I can't do it on my own. I need the help of God. I keep talking to God about it. Lord, please help me. And I see that I try to assess myself from time to time. I try to check myself. I give myself personal evaluations, which I feel is very important to all do. We're also treating that in this episode, self-examinations. As much as you appreciate your strength, you also have to look down on and look out for things or areas in your life that you have to keep working on. In this race we're all running, we're all pressing on, we're all working towards perfection. Every day we have to keep getting better, not even for only ourselves, for others, and especially for the race we are running, the heavenly race we are running. So at the end of the day, our eyes is fixed on that crown that we're all hoping that one day we'll all make it, to the right place. No one wants to end up, living a life that does not glorify God. I mean, it will not be pleasant to you. It won't be fulfilling to you, to others, and even at the end of the day, what will you gain? So I feel it's very important for us to begin to, self-validate ourselves and stop seeking validations from people. Stop looking for people to affirm you, to applaud you, to acknowledge what you're doing. As long as you know that it's God's will and it's glorifying to God and God affirms it, go girl, go guy, whoever you are, keep pushing. Keep taking it one step at a time. Things might not go well in the beginning when you start with whatever you're doing, but God is with you. And when God is with you, they say one with God is majority. Once you have God on your side, every other thing will fall in place. Even when you feel like you don't have people around you, God will raise people for you. So self-validation, it's a very, very, it's core, especially for women. Women are speaking to you out there, just try to, value yourself, appreciate yourself. Even if you're faced with whatever situation, be it in marriage, in relationships and all of that, talk positively to yourself. Don't look down on yourself. Carry yourself with dignity, knowing who you are. I hope this has blessed you. Please stay tuned as you hold on to future. An amazing lady. She's a behavioral coach, and also she also coaches women that have to do are seeking psychological issues, women wellness. She runs a women's retreat. What do I call it again? She runs a women's retreat program, from time to time to, admonish and, coach women on how to deal with mental wellness generally. So by name, she's Miss Kalaliga. I do hope that you stay tuned and catch up with Miss Kalaliga. Until then, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. God bless you and see you soon. Bye.